Hey guys, welcome back to Pop It Louder, and welcome back to Steam Prison, where we are with no one. It's just Krimu, and she grew some tomatoes, and now she's just waiting for Ines to show up, I suppose, sort of, right? Yeah. It was a few days after Adagio had left me alone with his bombshell announcement. Oh, yeah, it was him. Jesus. There was a quiet knock on the door, and Sir Ines appeared. Yes, come in. I had been fidgety all day, wondering whether he would come. Now that he's here, I feel even more restless. All of it was Adagio's fault. Does that man hate me?
Adagio-kun wa yakusoku dori kita you da na.
Ugh. That startled me, perhaps because I'd been thinking about Adagio as well. Sir Ines looked at me and asked if something was wrong. I shook my head.
そこの鉢植えの中身のことだ。腐葉土を持って行ってくれと頼んだんだ。彼は約束を違えない男ゆえ、疑ってはいなかったものの、見直した。
Yes, he came here very early in the morning. It was quite startling. Are you close to Adagio, Sir Ines?
まあ、そうだな。飲んだりする仲ではないが、ほどほどには。奴の治療技術には助けられている。
For you too? Don't the hounds have glissade?
まあ。だが現場からアダージュ君の診療所が近い場合は、そちらを利用することが多い。面倒だと言われるが、腕は確かだ。ザックスはそのことをあまりよくは思っていないようだがな。
Why not? He struck me as the type who would use whatever is available.
ハウンズは大きくない組織だ。罪人と通じた結果瓦解といった事態を案じているのだろ
う。Associating with criminals. It made sense. The hounds were tasked with ruling the sanctuary district. Then why Sir Ines?
どうした？いきなり黙って。
I wondered why you're here if Berger doesn't approve of this sort of contact. I didn't think you were the type to rebel against him.
それは。
Well? Sir Ines put a finger to the corner of his mouth, falling silent. In the quiet that followed, I found myself hoping for an unlikely admission of love. At the very least, I don't dislike Sir Ines. I like being with him. What are his feelings? Does he feel the same?
利害が一致しているからだ。自分はお前に金銭を払うことで知識を得て、お前は金銭を手に入れるために知識を享受する。そこに他の意図は存在しない。
Equals, huh? Right. That's all we are to each other. I see.
納得してくれたか？
Yes, completely. I see. So that's all there is between us. I was brought back to reality, forced to see that Sir Ines did not view me as a potential romantic partner. Why am I so let down? He's right, isn't he? I don't even know what love really is. I shouldn't be disappointed right now.
気分が優れないのか？今日はやめた方がいいか？
No! I held onto the hem of Sir Enes's clothes in an attempt to stop him from turning away. It's alright. I'm fine. Please, stay here.
わかった。だが、無理はするなよ。
Sir Ines patted my head, not hat, and sat down. I'm feeling odd. My responses were so simple, too. All he had done was put his hand on my head, but it had banished my gloom. I cleared my throat, resolved to regain my composure. Perhaps we could eat dinner before the lesson. My omelet quality has improved.
ほう、作っているのか?
Yes, I have had it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
それはやめた方がいい。毎日同じものを食べては栄養が偏る。
Call her the fucking omelet woman instead of bread woman now.
だが、熱心な証拠だな。いい傾向だ。素晴らしい。
Oh, wait, we can call Ines Omelet Man. Thank you. All he offered was little praise, but it struck me like lightning.
そこまで言うならぜひ食べたい。作ってもらってもいいだろうか。
Yay! Gladly. Cooking. I think this was the best one I've made so far, but everyone's tastes were different. I couldn't be sure Sir Ines would feel the same way. What do you think about my omelet?
ああ、とてもうまい。
Wow. I still have a long way to go. Of course it is, or thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
こちらこそ。美味しい料理、感謝する。それに、感想を素直に受け取ってもらえて嬉しく思う。
What do you mean?
まあ、正直に話したところで、謙遜されたり世辞だと言われることが多いからな。
I mean, my natural response is to do that, but I feel like he would prefer... Well, I mean, obviously, now, it's shown that he prefers, like, the honest feedback as well.
そうやって言葉のまま受け止めて、明るく笑ってもらえると言ってよかったと思う。
Since Adashe's short visit had been in such a profound confusion that everything Sir Ines said resonated strangely in my heart, making it difficult for me to answer.
どうした?やはり様子がおかしいぞ。
No, It felt the other way around to me, with Sir Ines acting strangely. He acts like nothing is wrong while I'm so confused. Perhaps that was the wisdom of 11 extra years of age. Oh god. Or perhaps I was nobody special to him. Staying silent would only worry him. I had to say something. I thought it would be fun to eat with someone else. In the Heights, I used to eat with my parents. I took it for granted. Now that those moments are gone forever, I'd wish I'd shown more gratitude at the time.
失ってから初めて気づくこともある。だが過去は過去だ。過ぎ去ってしまえば戻すことはできない。
Yes, that's very true. I hope I haven't ruined the mood. I was about to apologize, but Sir Ines spoke first.
お前は、親は殺されたのだと言っていたな。だから上界へ戻り、汚名を返上するのだと。
Yes, I do. There's something I've always wanted to ask you. I knew there was a chance you wouldn't be willing to answer. But maybe now the time is ripe. Sir Ines, you said that it would be difficult to return to the Heights. You didn't say it would be impossible. There is a way.
それは。
This reaction, there is a way. Please tell me what it is. How can I return? He remained silent for a moment, speaking slowly when he answered.
まずはザクス。ザクセン・ブランデンブルクの説得だ。
Ugh. Burger?
ああ。あいつを納得させ、上界に報告書を出させる。上界の認可が出れば、上界へ戻り再審査を受けられる。その審査が通れば、市民として再び受け入れられる。
So that's never going to happen. That's rather complicated.
まあ、その上厳しい。最初の壁は特に大きい。ザクスの説得をするには、あいつの気分次第ではあるが、確たる証拠も必要だ。犯人の目星はついているのか?
No, not at all. I have no idea. My parents had no enemies. Perhaps there were some minor disputes, but nothing they could ever have been murdered over. I can assure you that I didn't kill them, though. I loved my parents. I would never have killed them. I'm going to find out who did it. I know that doesn't sound very realistic down here in the Sanctuary District. I don't simply want to prove my innocence. I want to avenge my parents and clear the Testella name. You said I need evidence. Even in the Heights, I wouldn't have known where to start. But down here...
だから言ったんだ。難しいと。見つかったところで、 ザックスが拒否すればどうにもならん。
Ugh, Burger! Would he refuse you?
それは
I'm sorry. I can't expect you to do something like that. Please forget what I just said. I understand the difficulty. I understand that I probably won't be able to go back. But I don't want to give up. If I give up, it's the end of it all.
ああ、そうだな。困難な状況に陥ったとしても信じ抜けばきっと道は開けるはず。開けなかったとしても自分の正義を貫いたことは誇りとなる。強く生きることだ。
I will. Thank you. Well.
まあ、もうこんな時間だ。今日も遅くまで付き合わせて悪かったな。
Sir Ines closed his notebook and rose. He put some money on the table and buckled his sword.
お前と過ごしていると時間が過ぎるのが早く感じる。不思議なものだ。
Yes, I enjoyed it as well. What about the next meeting?
そうだな。3日後はどうだろう。
3 days. Only 3 days, but 3 long days. I knew it would feel much longer than it really was.
用事があるのか？
No, that's alright. I'm not as busy as you, Sir Ines. I feel a little sad knowing that I won't see you for 3 days.
寂しい。
Oh, now I'm silent again. I have to say something. Oh, I know. Sir Ines, who's Thea? That's not what you say.
どうしてその名を？
Yikes. You murmured it when you were sleeping the other day. I was wondering who that is. Sir Ines?
彼女はお前とは関係ない。気にするな。
Oof. Oh. I see. Alright. I think I shouldn't have asked that. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have. That's... I cleared my throat and smiled, hoping to repair the damage. I wish you a good day at work tomorrow.
ああ、気遣い感謝する。では、失礼する。
Oh, let me walk you part of the way.
いや、それはやめておいた方がいい。今夜は特にな。
What's wrong with tonight? Why?
グリッサードさんが襲撃にあったんだ。
Oh, shit.
幸い命に別状はないものの重傷でな。治療のために上階へ搬送された。
Okay. Really? I just saw him just yesterday.
彼曰く薬目的の物取りらしい。大通りで所有していることを知らしめてしまったそうだ。
GG. Oh, that means that back then,
あの時
I was talking to Glissade and a woman had collapsed on the street. I asked him to treat her. He gave her medicine that must have attracted attention. Oh no. It was my fault Glissade was attacked.
きっかけはそうかもしれない。だが、あまり気を落とさないことだ。
But
後悔したところで彼の傷が癒えるわけではない。それに、襲ったのはお前ではない。薬は、配給で生活する者には必要なもの。薬が原因での揉め事は、そう珍しいことではない。
we really need to take the medicine, don't we? I haven't taken mine in a while. I'm worried whether I'll be alright. Sir Ines?
お前は自給自足をしているんだ。薬のことは考えず、このままの生活を保つよう努めればいい。
I don't like that. Because, like, we know, as viewers, know that the medicine is an antidote for the poison that they put in the supply food that the Hounds gives out. And the fact that he won't even tell her that, it's just shady, you know? Shady.
自分が言えるのはそれだけだ。わかったか？
Yes.
よし。ではな、今度こそ失礼する。戸締まりには気をつけろ。
I will. Good night. He left. I was alone again. Glissade. I thought the day would end without any shocking developments, but it wasn't to be. It's my fault but the woman needed it. There was no use fretting over it. I still felt sorry for Glissade, which you shouldn't, but besides, who's Thea? Sir Ines had referred to her as female. The way he had talked about her, his expression, he must have been close to her. He's 11 years older than me. Of course he'd have a past. And even if they'd been connected romantically, well, that wasn't so surprising. It really wasn't, but I still feel uncomfortable. It's hard to breathe. If I'd known this would be how I'd feel, I wouldn't have asked. Perhaps this is what it means to be in love. There was nobody to tell me whether that was true. I didn't know whether I could acknowledge such feelings, and so they remained hazy and intangible. I'll see him again in 3 days. That's so long. Well, the next day, I felt like I needed to learn how to cook something other than omelet. I went to the marketplace. I stopped at several stores and looked at the impossible ingredients. So far, looking is all I'm doing, though. I was motivated, but I didn't actually know how to cook any other food. So I was treading water, wandering the market. What shall I do?
おや、何を悩んでるんだい？今晩の料理かい？
Oh, actually, yes. I want to learn how to cook, but I don't know what I have to do.
なるほど。若いのに配給に頼らず、偉いね。あったあった。お嬢ちゃんに私が愛用していたレシピ本をあげよう。ボロボロだけど、読めなくはないよ。上階の文字で書いてあるしね。
This lady is so nice. Are you sure?
ああ、私にはもう必要ないんでね。だからこうして重し代わりに使ってたんだ。ただであげるから、うちの野菜を買っていってくれないかい？安くしておくからさ。
Thank you, but can I look at the book first? I'd like to pick a recipe and buy the necessary ingredients for it.
もちろん。ただし、そこの椅子に座っておくれ。店頭で本を読まれたら、他のお客さんが困っちまう。
Thank you. The owner here is so nice. I should come here in the future if I can. I put the book on my lap and touched the pages. The paper was yellow and frayed. There were notes and stains on the pages as well, but as she'd said, it was still legible. The further in it gets, the harder the recipes get. I should pick one of the early recipes. I wonder what kind of food Sir Ines likes besides omelette. I liked seeing Sir Ines' normally stern expression transform into a smile. So much so that I wanted to do something so I could see it more often. Well, this is weird. Instead of thinking about what I was going to cook for myself, I was thinking about him again. Instead of wondering what I wanted to eat, I was wondering what kind of food he would like. And there was no stopping it. I sighed, frustrated. All of this is Adage's fault. It's because of what he said that I second-guess everything I do and think now. I skimmed the rest of the book, still angry at Adage. It took a long time, but this turned out well. I was using both hands to carry home a large bag. It contained the book, vegetables, grains, and seasoning. This should be enough to last a few days. But more importantly, I can surprise Sir Ines. I'll have to learn how to cook something to do that, though. I think I'll take a break. I walked to the edge of the road, careful not to bump into anyone. I put my groceries down on the ground, sighed, and wiped the sweat off my forehead. The sky looked so nice today. It was still cloudy, of course, relatively speaking, though. I thought the early evening sky was beautiful. Through the cracks in the clouds, I could see the heights. My old homeland, far beyond return. I swore I would go back, but the road is so difficult. I had neither the evidence nor the courage I'd need to convince Berger. I was crestfallen, almost ready to accept that I would never go back. But I don't want to give up. I have to want it, to keep faith, and then one day, I have to stay positive. Today's cooking will be another little stepping stone. I decided to push the question of whether I loved him from my mind for the time being. Sir Ines will come again in 2 days. I want to make him some nice food to show him that I'm grateful to him. With renewed determination, I reached for my bag of groceries. I heard panicked footsteps down one of the alleys. What's going to happen? Knowing that a commotion was about to start, I quieted my breath and moved a little further into the shadows. A middle-aged man came running out of the alley, pursued by a few men of the hounds. One of them... Sir Ines! He didn't notice me and stayed with his group.
Oh!
The man had stumbled and fallen in his rush to escape. Spectators around me laughed. What's happening? The man was breathing unsteadily on the ground. His clothes were rags. He was desperate, clawing at the ground in an attempt to get away.
んだよ、逃げるならもっと本気出せや。ほら、頑張れって。
The men from the hounds mocked the man and kicked him.
やめてください。何言ってんだ？先に手出したのはそっちだろうが。そうだそうだ。配給所から盗もうだなんて大胆すぎるだろう。すみません。薬が欲しくて。もうしませんから。
So he's a thief, but still. Theft was clearly bad, but didn't deserve such abuse.
盗んだものを返すんだ。
返しますから。
The man, trembling, pulled a bottle of medicine from his pocket.
これだけか。
はい。薬しか盗んでません。命だけはお助けください。
ああ。
何をグズグズしているんだ。
Oh no. Burger appeared behind Sir Ines, walking over with measured pace.
まだ生きているだと？クソどもが手加減しやがって。
The hounds took half a step back under Burger's glare.
その男を処分しろ、イネス。
盗んだものは取り返した。
ご苦労。では殺せ。
Kill him? Burger is such a cruel man. Sir Ines would never.
承知した。
But... Picture get. It all happened in a flash. Sir Ines didn't hesitate for even the smallest moment. He simply drew his sword and ran the man through. He was dead in a heartbeat. When Sir Ines pulled out his sword, blood splattered around him. A red pool spread on the ground, but Sir Ines' expression was unmoved.
完了だ。
ゴミの分際で調子に乗るからだ。
Burger spat on the man's corpse and looked around.
ハウンズに歯向かえばこうなること。貴様らもよく覚えておくがいい。
Burger! He spun around in a whirl of his black overcoat. And we're gonna stop here. God, what a way to end, am I right? Just, woo, someone died. Creamu's just hiding in a dark alley with her groceries and a book. Like, this is great. Next episode, I guess we're gonna fucking attack Sir Ines because he's just literally killed somebody for no reason. And he was like, oh, well, Burger said so, so I guess I should, right? Ugh. Come on, dude. Ugh. Do you guys like Sir Ines so far? Comment below if you think that he's worthy of me not judging him so harshly. Ugh.